Hello, we are starting a new course today, a comprehensive guide to technical analysis. We will study from the basics of what a technical analysis is to the advanced technical analysis of money management and trade management. Okay, so I am assuming that you know nothing about technical analysis. So we are starting from base. We will discuss from scratch. Okay, so what a technical analysis is? Technical analysis means it is an study of historical price movement on the chart, and we analyze that historical price movement to identify trading opportunities for the present market condition. Okay, there is a rule which says that history repeats itself always. So this rule is the foundation of technical analysis. Because we are analyzing the past performance of a price of an asset, so we are studying the history, and we are anticipating that these price movement happened in past will also occur in the future. Okay, so there is a probabilistic number that will give you the outcome in the long run. Okay, if you initiate some trades for a period of 6 months, then the average outcome of that 6-month period would be your result, that the technical analysis setup which you are using is working or not working. Okay, so there are some techniques to market analysis, uh, because each and every participant's requirement for trading is different. Some people want to trade for a shorter duration like intraday, or some wants to trade for uh, longer periods, let's say 6 months to 2 years to 3 years. They want to hold their stock, they want to make an investment, or some people want to take trades on a second to second basis. Okay, so what a person thinking that he wants to invest in a stock for a period of 5 years, then which technique of market analysis he should use? He should use the fundamental analysis. And what the fundamental analysis means is, fundamental analysis means to analyze the position of a company. And what do you mean by the position of a company? Means the balance sheet, the cash flow statement, the business model, the products, and their management. All of these fundamental things are studied in fundamental analysis, then came to a conclusion that this company will run for future 50 years or so, or this product is very good and its demand is not gonna replaced by some other substitute products, then this company is become an investable business. Okay, so for an investment perspective you need to use fundamental analysis, but for identify a short term trades like intraday trades, or a trades period of 10 minutes to 15 minutes, or you want to take a trade for a few weeks, then the technical analysis will came to the picture. Through fundamental analysis you cannot identify short term trading opportunities. Through technical analysis only you can use short term trading opportunities. Okay, and there is the third one type of market analysis, which is quantitative analysis. Quantitative analysis is done by high frequency trading firms, mutual funds, at high frequency trading firms, and trading desk which have capital in crores, and they are trading through the computers. They are not using human resources for the execution of their ideas. Okay, there is some human who have created a strategy. He has put that strategy in a software, and then this computer, this strategy, that software is working automatically for him, like algo trading. But this quantitative analysis is analyzing the numbers, the mathematical equation which is repetitive in the market, and they trade based on these mathematical equation through the use of computer. So that is quantitative analysis. As a retail trader, as you and me, we have to use technical analysis for short term trades, and you can use fundamental analysis if your holding period for the trade is more than 1 year. Okay, and what is technical analysis? We already know the general meaning of technical analysis. Technical analysis means that it is a study of historical price movement and identify trading opportunities for present market condition. History always repeats itself, because season cycle is there, a war cycle is there, a business cycle is there, business cycle boom, recession, recovery. All of these cycles are nothing but just a history repeating itself. Okay, so the technical analysis is based on this rule. This is the major rule for technical analysis, that it always repeats itself. That's why the technical analysis work. We have identified any pattern in the past. You have identified a triangle pattern in the past, like this. You can see the price movement. This is the price movement, and you have identified this price movement by drawing some trend lines. You have drawn connected this swing lows and swing highs, and you have able to identify this trend line, you have able to draw on this trend line. So this is called a triangle pattern. In the past, the triangle pattern has moved like this, and it has broken out in the seventh point. This is the first point, second, third, fourth, fifth, and this sixth point, and on the seventh point it has broken to the upside. So you can use this price behavior and see if this past price behavior is similar to present price behavior. Then you can anticipate that this pattern will also broken out on the seventh leg, or it can also broken out above this fifth leg too. But it will already shown to you on the chart that what is about to happen. The volume will tends to increase when the price is about to break out above the fifth point or seventh point. Okay, so history always repeats itself. That's why the technical analysis work. Price forms some patterns, and these patterns represent the psychology of traders trading behind. Okay, and people move the market. Whatever the technical analysis is, if there is no traders available currently in the market, then the pattern much likely to be failed. Then the chances of succeeding, because there should be real peoples who are available in the market to place a trade in that particular asset to make it higher. Okay, so history repeats itself, first rule, and the second rule is people move the market. Over the time, patterns are formed on the chart, and each pattern conveys a message. As I have told you before, that these patterns shows us the psychology of people's trading in the market. They will show you the mindset of the market, that what they are thinking, where they want to take the market. So it will be shown by some patterns formed on the chart. It can be a cup and handle pattern. You can see this a cup and this is the handle. Okay, so the implication of this cup and handle pattern is the price should break out above this point, and you can enter at this point and you can take the target of the depth of this pattern has been formed, and you can project this depth above the breakout point. So these are implications. This is general technical analysis. But for this, you have to know what the implication will be for this particular pattern for an asset. If Nifty is working fine through this pattern, then you can successfully trade this pattern in Nifty. But in Bank Nifty, this pattern is giving you a false signal. Then the history is not in line with this pattern for Bank Nifty, but the history is in line for this pattern for Nifty. So you can trade successfully this pattern on Nifty. You have to check the behavior of a stock or asset by analyzing its past. Okay, so what it has done in past will do in the present or do in the future too. At least they have a major stress probability to it. What can we expect from technical analysis? You can expect firstly some short-term trading opportunities. Okay, for technical analysis the limit is kept at 6 months or 1 year. Above that, if you want a trade which holding period is more than 1 year, then you have to combine technical analysis for entry and exit points. But to analyze the whole picture, you need fundamental analysis. You need to analyze the business position, the company's position, that it is made in profit or not, its revenue is increasing on year by year or not, it's how its cash flows are, what are their assets and what are their liabilities, is they are able to pay on time to their suppliers. All of these things are analyzed in fundamental analysis. But in technical analysis you can expect short term trading opportunities, and for short term price movement you do not need fundamental analysis. Okay, and the return per trade will be small in technical analysis because you cannot capture 1,000 point movement through technical analysis in any stock or anything, but you can capture 100 point or 150 points, 20 points. This small but consistent profit you have to book by studying the technical analysis, because this is the whole result of technical analysis is to compound your capital by consistently winning a smaller amount in a smaller time duration. So the holding period can be from few seconds to few weeks or few months. You can take trades by using technical analysis. And what is the application of technical analysis? Where you can apply the technical analysis? You can apply technical analysis in each and every market, in each and every asset class. It doesn't matter that this asset is a crypto asset, or it is a equity asset, or it is a fixed instrument bond, or it is a forex market. Okay, anything which has a historical price data can be applied by technical analysis and identify short-term trading opportunities. This is the greatest feature of technical analysis, is that once you learn technical analysis, it works on all markets similarly, in Indian market, global market, crypto market, commodity market, index market. It can be anything, and it works on all of the asset class. Okay, and it is like technical analysis, like learning how to drive a car. Okay, once you learn how to drive Maruti 800, then I think you can drive any car, because the basic functionality of driving is very much similar. If once you learn to swim in a swimming pool, then you can swim in a river too, in a ocean too, or in a well too. It doesn't matter, because the basic function of swimming or driving a car or technical analysis, they all will remain similar irrespective of their asset class or their market. And there are some assumption in technical analysis. As you and me, retail traders, and we are using technical analysis, okay, for identifying short term opportunities, then we should not see some news or rely on some news to make the stock move according to that news. The news and all of these fundamental factors do not affect us, because we only see the price action on the chart. We believe in only chart. So the first assumption in technical analysis is that market discounts everything. Any news which is about to come, any result of a company which is about to come, that result is already have been discounted on the chart before it has been published in the before it has been published in the public domain. Okay, so market discounts everything. A technical analysis trader is not required to see news or act on the basis of news. And in technical analysis, the how is more important than why. Why this price has moved in this way? Why this Reliance has uh, raised 100 points today? It doesn't matter. Why does not matter. How that the Reliance is moved 100 point today? If it has signaling something on the chart before this has happened, or what is the reason, is not important, but how that price broke this resistance and it moved to the upside, right? If we say this is a resistance, then we are analyzing how the uh, Reliance has moved 100 points today. So the Reliance movement is like this, and this line has become identified as a support and resistance zone. So today the market opened at this point, and this resistance point has been broken, and then again the next resistance point has also been broken. Okay, this two resistance has been broken, and the price has moved to the upside and rise 100 points. So how it has raised 100 points, that is much more important than why it has raised 100 points. You do not need to know the logic or reason behind this movement. You just need to know how this how this movement has happened. Okay, and the third assumption is that price moves in trends. What is a trend? Trend is the general direction of the market. Okay, the price moves in trend means uh, when we are expecting the price to move on the upside, you cannot expect the price to move go like a rocket to the upside. Okay, the price will never go in such like this strength. The price will always move in trends. The price is making higher lows and the price is making higher highs. So this has been identified as uptrend. So always the price will move in trend only. There are major type of trend. We will discuss it in some next slides. And we already know this rule that history tends to repeat itself. Okay, the past performance of a stock is expected to make some movement in the future too. As you know, there are some chart types through which we see the price action, what a asset is doing, where it has been moved at a certain time. For that, we use some charts or previously when there was no chart formation through the software, people used to keep all the price in a diary and they try to form a price pattern or they try to form those price movement on a chart. Okay, so the first type of chart in chart types is the line chart. Line chart is just a basic, the first most basic type of chart. It uses only a close price of that particular period. And what a particular period means is, when we are using a 5 minute chart, then the price will be moving like that. This price point, whatever the price it can be 100 price. Okay, on this chart, in this line chart, you can see this price point is showing you the closing price of last 5 minutes. Okay, so these use only the closing price from the chart, and that period can be 1 day. Then this price will be the closing price of a day's session. Whatever the opening price can be, and whatever the low price can be, or whatever the high price can be, it is you showing just the closing price of that particular session. This is how it's look like on the chart. This is Nifty FMCG on 1 hour time frame. So each point is showing you the closing price of that 1 hour. Okay, and the second type of chart is candlestick chart. Candlestick chart means formed by plotting candles on the chart. And how do you form a candle? By using some data points, which we will be discussing on the next slide. Okay, so candlestick chart has been invented by a rice trader in Japan in 18th century. Okay, he used to trade rice in 18th century, and then he discovered these candlesticks, these formation of candlestick by using four price points. The first price point for forming one candle is the open price and the closing price and the low price and the high price. You need four data points to plot a candlestick, and by combining all of these candles you will form a candlestick chart. this is a bearish candle, this is a red candle, because the price has fallen in this session. This session can be 1 day or can be 5 minutes, can be 15 minutes, anything it can be. Okay, so first this point will be the opening price for that candle, because when the market has fallen, then the opening price will be less than closing price. In this green candle you can see this is the high and this is the low. Okay, by using four data points, this is the opening price and this is closing price. In this big candle the opening price will be less than the closing price, and in red candle, in a bearish candle, when the market has fallen, the opening price would be greater than the closing price. The price had opened higher and then it has closed lower, then the market has fallen in this point, so that's why the opening price should be greater than the closing price. Okay, so four data points we need: open, close, high, low, to form a candle. And you can see this candle is showing you the real body, means the blue part in this candle is the body of a candle, and these black lines you are seeing, this is shadow. You can say that shadow, or you can call that wick too. They are wicks, means this price has made this low, moved to the up to this level, but it has closed at this point. So the opening price and the closing price will become a body, other than the high and low will become the wicks after body. Okay, so if the opening price is 62 and high price is 70, then the candle will be bullish, because the opening price should be less than closing price to form a bullish candle. Okay, so the price has opened at 62 and it's closed at 67, so 5 point plus market has moved in that particular session. But the high is different. The high is 8 point, means from the opening price the price has moved up to 70 points, and to the downside it has came down and made a low of 57, 58, sorry. So it has moved 14 point to the downside too. That's how you can form a candle: the opening price, close price, high and low. It's similar for bearish candle too, just the opening price will be higher than closing price. uh, there are many type of candle you have heard of. A candle type means candle patterns, you can say. The doji candle type, you have heard of bullish engulfing candle, you have heard of marubozu candle, you have heard of morning star candle pattern. All of these patterns are, in my technical analysis, they are nothing but a waste of time. In reality there are just two type of candles. Okay, the first candle is momentum candle. What a momentum candle means is a candle in which the price movement is very clear, and the movement of that price has some strength in it. Okay, so momentum candle means either it can be a big green candle, with small wicks. These wicks are very small. When the price has opened, it moved very much in a single direction in a single candle, and it has closed near its high price. So this is signaling a strength in the market. These type of candles signify strength in the market. Okay, the trend is very strong in this type of candle. This is how the momentum candle looks like. The opening price and the low price is similar for this candle, and it is moved upside, and again the next candle opens and it breaks the high of previous two candles, and the first candle is red. So it might be some previous range or anything, a downtrend previously it can be. So it has broken this previous candle's high too. You can enter at this point in this momentum candle, take a stop loss of this candle if you are a safe player, or you can take a stop loss of this candle's low. If you have entered, then you can easily achieve your target at this point. Right? These all four candles are momentum candles. The strength of market is very good in it. Then the second type of candle is trading candle, range candle. Means what a range candle means is a candle in which the price has moved in a zigzag way. Okay, and it has closed at some point. And the formation of this price movement on a higher time frame, let's say this is a 5 minute time frame, and we are seeing a 2 hour time frame. If you see this price movement on a 2 hour time frame, this movement would be pegged in this type of candle, uh, which body is negligible or less than 50% of the whole candle. Okay, the body, this is the body, the opening price and the closing price. So the body is less than 50% of the whole size of candle, and on a lower time frame it is showing you a zigzag movement. So this candle is called trading candle, range candle. In this type of candle the market has been in a range. The buyers and sellers both have struggled, but they have not able to take the prices anywhere. They are fighting that the buyers will take the prices to the upside or the seller will take the charge and take the prices lower. So they are fighting in this type of range. So that's why this is I called a trading candle or a range candle. After some trading candle, range candle, the momentum will show, because the market cannot stay in a range for too long, and the market cannot be in a trend for too long. The market cannot be always be in a ranging mode. It will show sometime the formation of trading ranges. These trading ranges will give you an opportunity to trade in the direction of breakout. Okay, as you can see on this formation on the chart, this is a trading candle, this is again a trending candle, this is again a trading candle, this is again a trading candle. And in this type of candle, if you see these candles on a lower time frame, you will see a market range movement on the chart. Okay, so that's why this is a formation of range. These type of candle form a range. They are the undecision mindset of buyers and sellers. These are all candle patterns I have added you to show that these much type of patterns, and there are many more which are not included in this chart. So their names are also been given in Japanese. You can see Maruguzu, Harami candle, Dragonfly Doji, and these type of candle patterns are not easy to always remember. You cannot remember all of these patterns and their implications, and at what situation they should occur. There are many conditions to fulfill to trade them. So that's why I have just keep it very simple that there are only two type of candles. One is momentum candle and the second is trading candle. And in most of these type of patterns you will see a trading candle. At this point you can see this trading candle. Trading candle means which body is less than 50% of its total size. Okay, you will see in most of the patterns you will see the trading candles. In that much patterns they have trading candles. Okay, so after trading candle the market will range. Market will give momentum because the market cannot stay too long in a range. It will break out at some point. A note on time frame. Technical analysis, the first point in it is the technical analysis is similarly applicable to all of the time frame. Whatever the time frame is, it doesn't matter to technical analysis. The technical analysis is always be same for all of the assets to and the time frames. Okay, so for a monthly time frame, if we are seeing a monthly time frame, it means each candle on a chart is showing you the price movement for a particular month. Okay, and each weekly candle will show you the price movement for a period of a week, which is 5 day for a week. So in a monthly time frame you will see 12 candles in a year, 52 candles for a week, and for daily candles for standard you will see 252 candles, but in previous year there was only 248 candles for a year. Out of 365 days in a year, the market has been open for 248 days only. And this is similar to monthly and weekly, that 30-minute time frame have 12 candles, and the opening price will be the first minute of 30-day candle. If the market is open at 9:15, then the 30-minute candle will close at 9:45. And the most important topic of technical analysis is support and resistance. What a support and resistance is, if you understand this concept in and you have practiced it, and if you have mastered it, then you don't need anything else in your trading style to trade. Okay, you can easily find very good trading opportunities by using support and resistance only. Okay, on support and resistance market moves. So what support means? Support means a point where the price takes cushion when it falls. Okay, the price refuses to go below a certain price zone, then that zone will become a support. And to identify a support, you need two price point. Okay, the market has moved to downside for the first time, and then it has bounced back from that point, and then you have market that came to that low point again and then rebounds. Okay, so these two touch by the price has formed a support. Okay, so what you can do in support is you can wait for the price to come back at the again at the support zone, and you can enter if you get some trading candle in this range and a breakout from that trading candles to the upside. You can buy in this zone and you can take whatever target you want and take a stop loss below. Okay, we will see it on chart, but this is a support zone where the price refuses to go below that support zone. And what is the resistance? Resistance means a price zone where the price is not able to cross that zone. Okay, so this has become resistance for the market. These support and resistance exist because of the influx of buyers and sellers. If the price has moved for the first time at this point, okay, then it has fallen, and buyers are buying and trading is going on, and then again the price reaches at this point at the resistance zone, then again some sellers saw that and buyers also saw that this is the previous point from where the price has fallen. So buyers and sellers came at this point and they tries to sellers will tries to keep the prices below this support zone only, and the buyers wants to take the prices higher to be in profit. Okay, so they all fight at this zone. Then the if the sellers win, then they able to push back the price down. Okay, for the third time it has come again, the fight has started and sellers has won the game, and they have closed the price below. Okay, so at this point the demand and supply will be high. More traders will place their trades at these points, these support and resistance points. Support and resistance can be identified by using some trend lines. If the price is moving like this in uptrend, you can identify a support zone by drawing a trend line connecting higher lows. Okay, and in a downtrend, you can connect some higher lows to identify a downtrend, and this downtrend has this trend line as a resistance. Okay, You can use trend line, or you can use a horizontal line to identify some trading ranges. Okay, you can draw a horizontal line above at a point where more than two times or at least two times the price has reversed from a horizontal range. Or you can use moving averages too. We will see how we can use moving average as a support and resistance point. What is a support zone? Support zone is where the price tends to find a cushion as it falls. In general, the price is more likely to rebound from this level rather than pierce through it. Means if a support is this and price is moving like this, then from this point the price is likely to rebound. Means it is likely to take support and go move again to the upside from the support zone. It is very much likely because breakout will happen only 20% of time, otherwise the market will be in range. 80% of time the market will be in range. This is a illustration of support zone. You can see the price is refusing to fall below this zone. Many of the time, 4 times it has fallen from this zone. Sorry, 4 times it has refuses to fall from this zone. You can see this. First the price has came at this point for the first time, and again for the second time it has came down to this point and moves up. Okay, so what you can do is for the third time you can wait and see at this point that what the price is doing. Okay, and you can see by the formation of candle pattern there are two trading candles has been formed. You can enter above the high of these two candles. You can buy new longs at this point and you can see the price has moved higher. Or you can use, after buying it from this point, you can use some point below the support zone, not just below the support zone. You should use some points below the support zone, because this is a zone, not an exact price point. If someone says that Nifty has a support of 16,000, okay, then this support cannot be exactly 16,000. It can be 16,020 rupees, it can be 15,980 rupees, or it can be 95 rupees, it can be 16,010 rupees. So that's why the most important rule in trading with support and resistance is you should use it as a range, not an exact price point. You should give some space to let the price breathe. Okay, then only you will see the real price action behind the chart. So for the third time, when you have entered long by using the support and resistance method, you can put a stop loss some points below the support zone, and you can see the price has moved to the upside, and then again it has fallen, and see this green candle. This is trading candle in which the price has fallen at this zone, and this zone again, at this zone many buyers are sitting, so they have placed order at this point. They want to buy from this point, so all of these orders get triggered, and this buying position will push the sellers aside and take the prices higher. Okay, so you can add more positions in this trade which you have initiated at this point. You can use this price action, this again retest, this we called a retest of the support zone. The price has successfully retested and moved to the upside. So if you have added 100 quantities at this point, you can add 200 quantities more at this point, because this is adding you more confirmation to your signal. This rebound is adding you more confirmation to your signal. The signal was to take entry when the price rebounds from the support zone by using stop loss below the support zone. All right, and you can see if you have added more quantity at this point, then your average price would become this, and from this point you can see the profit target, right? So that is how you can trade support levels. You just need two price points, and you should also see the previous price structure on the left side of the chart, that what the price is doing in this zone. Okay, this is a support zone example. Price first time came here, second time, till now we are not too much sure that this is a support zone, so we waited, and for the third time we have identified these 3 points as a support zone, and we have projected this support zone for the future. Okay, you can draw it on the chart, and wait for the price to came down to this zone, and see the price action, what the price is doing. Then you can see the price has been moving in a channel till now in this bear leg, means the momentum of this fall is very less. If the price has to break below the support zone, the price should came with a very high speed, not this trading range. Okay, so the price has been moving with a slow momentum, slow strength, and that strength got more weakened by the price moving above this swing high. When the price moves above the swing high, you can place your buy order here, or if you are an aggressive player, you can place a buying order here using a stop loss some points below the support zone. Then you can capture this much move in 2 days of time, I think. This is hourly chart. Similarly, resistance is just same but opposite of what a support is. Resistance is where the price refuses to go to the upside. It is a zone where price tend to find resistance at as it rises from below. In general, the price is more likely to bounce down from this level, because only in market 20% breakout happens, and otherwise 80% of the time the market will move in a range. There are some stocks that they keep in a single trend on a higher time frame, but on the smaller time frame they also will have some uh, ranges. Okay, so the price faces a resistance. This is just an opposite of what a support zone is. You can see this is a very strong support zone, and this resistance zone has very much trading opportunities in it, right? So initially this price has touched this point, we didn't know that this is a support or resistance, but for the second time the price again fall from this one. You can draw a zone in this price. Okay, and when the price again approach this level, you can see what the price is doing. So the price has fallen sharply from that resistance zone. So this is much likely that more fall is about to come, right? So you can short sell your entry here with a stop loss of this point, or if you are aggressive, you can place a short sell order here only. then you can capture this much move, right? And for the fourth time it has not able to cross above, you can sell again here, you can sell again at this point, and finally when it has broken out with a high momentum, okay, with a high momentum it has broken out, you can see the breakout candle, it is a very big momentum candle, so it is showing you much more strength in it. So it is break out from this zone, and you can take buy order at this point too. Initially you was selling from the resistance, but after breakout of a resistance you can buy above and take a stop loss below the resistance line, some points below the resistance line. Or if you want safe and the volatility is very high in the market, you can use this as a stop loss too with a limited quantity. This is an example of resistance. For the two times the price has fallen from this zone, we have identified that this is our trading opportunity here. And in this trade, this is a very big momentum candle showing very much strength. Then we will take entry at this point, a buy order, and our stop loss will get hit at this point, because this is an trap for option buyers and to hit option sellers stop loss, or the buyers or sellers. The sellers have sold at this point, some aggressive sellers, and they have put up this stop loss. So some players have formed a trap. He pushed the prices above the resistance zone, gave a fake breakout, and the price has again fall. So this type of things can happen in the market. You have to use a stop loss, that if your view on this trade will fail, then how much is you are about to lose, that you have to pre-decide. And for pre-deciding you need a stop loss to protect you from big drawdowns. In support and resistance there is a rule of role reversal, okay. Each time a support has been broken by price, if let's say example this is a support zone, this is a support zone, and the price has been moving like this. Once this has been broken by price, this support zone will become a resistance for this price, okay. Because the rule reversal this happens, and whenever a resistance has been broken, that resistance will become a support zone for the price. There is a role change of polarity in it. A resistance level after a successful breakout turns into support, and a support level after a breakdown turns into a resistance. This is known as change of polarity, or also called as flip zone. You can see on this red box the price is facing this zone as a resistance. When this price is successfully broken out, this has become a support for this price, and the price has started its new uptrend, this green box, okay. And in when the price is facing resistance, it might be in a downtrend. You can see on the chart that initially this is a resistance zone for the price, but after a successful breakout, a retest has happened. Okay, you can initiate a new long position at this point or above the high of this candle, and you can take a stop loss if you are safe then at this point, because this is a retracement in original movement, so this might act as a support zone for the price, or you can take a low of this candle. So when a retest has happened and it was a successful retest, you can add some more position at this zone, because this is adding you more confirmation to your trade. And as I said, if you understand support and resistance properly and if you practice it properly, then you can profitably trade only by support and resistance. Okay, you do not need any more technical indicator knowledge or anything like that. But there are some simple trade setup by which you can use to find trading opportunities. First, you can buy the breakout of resistance. You only buy the breakout. You do not play in between the range. Okay, we will see what a play in between the range means, but you will buying only the breakouts of resistance or a support zone. You can do that by using a stop loss below a swing low, below any major support and resistance zone. As you can see, this first time, second time, third time and fourth time, the price is taking support at this point, so you can use some points below this support and take an entry at this breakout. You can similarly sell the support zone. Uh, this is identified as a support initially, but after a breakdown, you can enter a short position here, and you can add some more position on the successful retest. Otherwise, your stop loss get hit. If this retest get failed, then your stop loss will get hit at this point. Okay, this is daily time frame, I think that's why this is showing us an entry price of 4500 and a stop loss of 5200. Playing in between the support and resistance, you can just, after identifying these 2 points, 1 2, you have identified a resistance, you can sell at this point, and after 2 point touch in the lower side, this has formed a support zone. So this, after these two touch, you can use this as a short sell opportunity, the third point, and you can exit your position at this zone, at the support zone. And if we are seeing that this is breaking, about to break down, then you can exit some of your position at this point and keep in some position with a stop loss above this point. But 80% of the time market will be in range, so it is better to play in between the range. We have discussed about what is trend on the first 5 slides, I think. So a trend is just a general direction of a price movement. If the price is moving in upside, then a trend would be uptrend. Okay, so the price movement would be like this, and the trend always moves in wave. The price do not move in a single leg. So this up move we call a one bullish leg, you can say that, and this is a bearish leg, which is a retracement, because the uptrend, major uptrend is bullish to the upside. So or any downside movement, any opposite movement to the major trend will be a retracement. We say it a retracement or pullback, you can say. So there are only three type of trends in which the price can move. Either the price can move in a uptrend, or it can move in a downtrend, or it can move in sideways. There is no fourth trend. It is just an overall direction of market. It can be identified by trend line. Like I have showed you how to identify support using trend line. That's how you can identify a trend using trend lines, an exact trend, but with naked chart with only just price action. By seeing this type of price action, you can see that this is an uptrend. For an uptrend, you need higher highs, means each high should be higher than the previous high, and the low, each low should be, each new low should be higher than the previous low. So when price is forming a higher high and higher low, it is moving in an uptrend. And when, until the higher high and higher low rule changes to lower high and lower lows, until then the trend is intact. So till now, in this sideways market, when the price is not making any new higher highs or any new higher lower lows, this is we call a sideways trend. Okay, a accumulation phase or a distribution phase it can be. So by looking this type of trend, when the price is reversed from this zone, so this has become a distribution phase for the market. Old buyers who have bought from this zone, and they have bought from this zone, this zone, this zone, they are booking profit. They are selling their previous buy position. Okay, so in this phase, they are booking their profits. And then some players also came in the market, and they started to initiate some selling position, because they want a trend reversal. And if the sellers get power, then they will push the prices down below this swing low. After this swing low, this has become new swing low. So this swing new low has been broken, and the market has formed a lower low, and the again any retracement move in this lower low is not making new higher highs. Okay, this leg, this up leg has not been able to cross any previous highs, so this has indicated a downtrend. Okay, and by connecting two higher highs, lower highs, by connecting two lower highs, you can draw a trend line, and you can identify a resistance zone in it. And in this resistance zone, the trading opportunities where you can sell at this point when the price tries to fall from this resistance zone. Okay, and take a stop loss above this point. This is just a theory of what we have discussed. It is creating higher highs and higher lows. It is an uptrend, and as long as the price is making these higher swing lows and higher swing highs, means higher highs and higher lows, the uptrend is intact, means no downtrend can be expected until the price makes a new lower low and a new higher low. For an uptrend, as we have discussed, a higher high is needed and higher low is needed. For a downtrend, we need lower lows and lower highs. So on this chart, you can just draw this type of trend line, and you can identify some trading opportunities by breaking of this trend line too, because this trend line is also signaling a short term trend change. Okay, and you can see that this small trend downtrend line, if you draw this by connecting these highs, you will see that the price moves to this point, and then again you can see a red candle at this point. So you can enter more position at this point. Initially you have sold at this point. Trading is nothing but adding more and more confirmation to your trade. It will make your trade more strong, and it is much more likely, and the probability will be high that the odds will be in your favor to work that trade. This is similar just for a uptrend. It is just similar of an uptrend. You need lower lows and lower highs to identify a downtrend. You can identify a downtrend by connecting the trend line, and you can find trading opportunities by this trend line and trend identification too. You can trade the reversal trade, trend reversal trade. Okay, what trend reversal trade means? When initially we are seeing a downtrend, and when the downtrend changes, it will change to uptrend, or it will go to the sideways trend. So in trend reversal, we are trading the breakout of this resistance line of downtrend. Okay, or if you want to trade trend continuation pattern, if you want to trade trend continuation pattern, then you can identify this first point, this second point, draw a trend line, and whenever the price touches this resistance point, you can initiate a short sell position. You are trading in a trend continuation pattern, that after facing a resistance, it will not break above and the price is likely to fall. So you can use this type of strategy too, or you can use a breakout of a trading range. Okay, uh, by you are trading trend reversal in it, and as we have mentioned that there are only two type of candle: trading candle and trending candle, momentum candle and trading candle. So this range will be a range candle on a higher time frame. So after a range, the market will break out at some point of time. Okay, so you can trade the breakouts or you can trade the trend reversal. It will depend on the trading style in which you are most likely suitable. Okay, in which you feel comfortable. In sideways market, the price do not go anywhere but moves in a horizontal range or a narrow band, you can say. And this range can be identified as an accumulation and distribution phase for institutional traders. And what this means is that big players are buying and selling. Means if a range has been forming after a good uptrend, then this range can shows us that it can be a distribution phase, that old buyers are selling at this point and new buyers might be buying or selling. It will be known on the breakout only. So it is a accumulation phase or a distribution phase, it will be known on the breakout only. But you can trade in between the accumulation and distribution phase, or you can trade the breakout in either direction. Okay, so that's all. I think we will do cover more topics in our next lecture. Okay, so you just have to do, try to identify some support and resistance zones, and try to draw some trend lines, identify some trends. And you can also paper trade in it. You can use TradingView software, in which you can use bar replay feature is there. Let me show you. On a daily time frame in free TradingView plan, you can use bar replay on daily time frame, and you can just click on bar replay and click on anywhere. Okay, it will erase the data after that point, and you can just identify some trend lines. Okay, and you can draw some support and resistance point in it, and practice that if it is working or not. If you identify this as a small trend, okay, and you want to trade in it, you can just use the position tool. You can see at this point long position we are expecting, and we want to buy above this reach with a stop loss of this point. So you can simply click on the play button, and the price action will unfold in front of you, and the price will move. Okay, you can just simply pause it, and you can see that our target has met in it. But you can identify these type of ranges and trading opportunities, and you can practice it on chart in your free time. All right, if you have any doubt, you can text me on WhatsApp. All right, okay, thank you very much. We will discuss more in our next lecture. Have a good day.